Welcome to this Monday edition of the Oxford Exxon Podcast. Chase Parham and Neal McCready, Clark Ford at studio. I am a Brady brother today. I apologize for my voice. It's not very good, so we'll do the best we can. Also, working on a couple things, so if I got to step away for a minute, that will be what it is as well. If you're in the live stream this morning, but we'll come to you. We'll talk for the next hour and so many minutes about, well, whatever you want to talk about. We've got a few things ourselves as well. Ole Miss basketball losing in Baton Rouge over the weekend. Cut it to 8 at one point after being down 20 at halftime. LSU dominated most of the rest of the game, and the Rebels fall in that one. Also, Zipper Bowl last night. Chiefs win, football season over, and a little baseball news as well. We'll get to that in a minute coming up on the podcast, brought to you every single day by the Oxford Exxon. Highway 6 West in Oxford, the lunch specials, the ribs, so many different offerings, including good gas prices, the Speed Pass Plus out, the Mobile Rewards program. Like I said, it's a struggle today. They're with the Oxford Exxon to get a little bit better prices than they give you every single day. Again, coming to you from the Clark Ford studio.
We are Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi. 662-257-1900 is that number. Call it. Ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you are looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours. The rest is up to you. You get the quote, you can shop it around, or you can do what I've done, and that's hop into a Clark Ford today. 662-257-1900 is the number. Corey wants to be your car guy. He wants to be your truck guy, and he'll prove it to you once you call that number. Guests will join us this week on the Rafters Music and Food Hotline. Rafters is right there on the square. It's the home to Sunday brunch, 1045 bluegrass brunch, $5 famous Bloody Marys, $3 mimosas. Also a great place to watch your favorite college basketball games here in the season. Be a great place to watch Ole Miss baseball when that starts up as well. All sorts of screens, all inside Rafters. You should check it out. Great food as well at Rafters Music and Food on the Square in Oxford.
So 48 hours away, Neil. You excited? Feeling good about it?
Yep. 48 hours till signing day, 72 hours till National Unfollow Day, and
every 2020 prospect is out. That's it.
Done.
No matter where you're at, it's over.
Done.
It's not over. It's not going to be over.
It'd be over.
Got a couple dudes.
Couple of dudes.
Couple dudes lingering.
Here's my stance on Zach Evans as of Wednesday at
8:18.
No,
right now.
Wednesday at midnight.
Okay. Oh, you're going to give him the full day.
I'm gonna give him the full day.
Okay.
If someone calls me with the information, I will bring it along to the people at rebelgrove.com. I am not making a single call about Zach Evans.
Someone will have to feed you.
Yes.
You will have to be fed.
I will have to be fed.
You're a domestic animal at that point.
I have spent far too much time talking to people about Zachary Evans. Hours of my life that I can't get back.
Got a prediction?
Nope. I don't think he's going to sign Wednesday with anyone. I don't know who is advising him. The people who are advising him are failing him at a rapid rate.
You reported, you attributed a quote yesterday as him saying he was going to take another official visit in March.
He wants to visit Florida. So he gets up on Friday.
Okay.
I'm trying not to disparage a young person who is between the ages of my two daughters. And I know young people make mistakes. My two daughters in their lives collectively haven't made as many mistakes as he's making in a one-day period. But, I'll stop there. He got up on Friday. He called Ole Miss and Florida at a minimum, told both coaching staffs that he wanted to meet with them and that he was ready to get this over with. And I don't know what he's referring to. I don't. Told both staffs that he wanted to talk to them. He has a, for lack of a better word, it's a 7-on-7 guy that has been his mentor, I guess, in this. Whatever you want to call him, mentor, handler. I don't know what the term is. If he were a professional athlete, you would call him his agent.
Okay.
Okay? advisor, I guess would be the term. They have a relationship. It's been established. And so he flew to Nashville where his person lives. And I know that there he met Ole Miss coaches. I don't think Florida accommodated him, and I'm pretty sure Tennessee did not. I've heard conflicting stuff there, but I don't think Tennessee met with him.
Okay.
I think Ole Miss thought, no one at Ole Miss has told me this. I'm just guessing from talking to people who have talked to the guy in Tennessee, that Ole Miss thought they were kind of getting this thing wrapped up, which would be a safe thing to think since that's what he told them. But I don't think he wants to wrap this up. I have a theory that he doesn't really want to do any of this. But he doesn't know how to tell people, I don't even know that I want to play football. That's kind of my theory.
Oh, you think it's even a football thing?
I just think it's a college thing. I don't know that he really wants to go to college. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not convinced Florida is going to fool with him in March. So, I don't know what happens. And I'm still trying to get clarity on whether or not he can sign an NLI. Trinity asking the stream, and I think he's referring. Why did y'all post the live stream? Are you referring to his Instagram live? Because
I think that's right.
Because he was in an airport, and I wanted to point out, hey, the kid's in an airport. I mean, I'm a reporter. That's what we do. We report. There was a lot of talk about whether he was in Houston or not, whether he was doing anything in recruiting or not. And he put up the live stream, and so I loaded it so that people could see. Here's what he's doing. And also I thought it provided some context. That's what I do. I'm a reporter. And I know people do this, and I shouldn't say this because I work for Rivals, and I should be careful about how I refer to recruiting. I'm obviously a cynic. The kid's ability to get a lot on top of a scholarship has been reduced to zero. No one's going to play games with him now.
Is it crazy to think he just doesn't go anywhere?
No. It's not crazy to think anything.
He just sits out for a year.
It's not crazy to think that in June he shows up at the University of Houston and plays. I'm totally serious. Nothing's crazy. Again, the people who were advising him have failed him. The support structure around him has failed him. And frankly, he would be easy to fail. I think people have kind of been like, whatever. There clearly is no one in his life who can, for lack of a better term, shake him and to go, hey, dude,
right,
you're messing this up.
No updates. It will depend on academics, right, for Leonard Manuel. Is that where that's sitting?
Yeah, I think so. And, I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't talked to Zach Berry. He posted just a picture of Leonard Manuel in an Ole Miss uniform, so maybe he knows something I don't know. As of yesterday, the consensus around people who were familiar with that was that he would end up at Florida if he got qualified.
So how many people are actually on the board for Wednesday?
I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I'd have to do a count. Not a lot. Handful. Look, for a transition class, this is an exceptional effort. If it's any indication of what the 2021 class is going to look like, my prediction from a few weeks ago looks really good, that this is going to be a top 10 class in 2021. I'll tell you this, the quarterback that they brought in, number one, really impressive to talk to. Number two, that's what a quarterback looks like. Not these little dudes who can run fast. He looked like a big-time quarterback. And if you look at his film, Colton Gauthier, big-time arm. Yeah. He's what a quarterback looks like.
Ronnie asked, where does this rank over the years in recruiting drama saga? Evans is almost so aloof that it doesn't register. Because there's no urgency with anything. It's just, hey, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
almost so disconnected that it
Well, you saw that in the video. He's just sitting there and he's like eating Starburst and talking to people. I don't think he understands that he loves the attention.
As most high school kids
As most kids do, but most of them get sick of it. And most of them begin to realize, hey, I got a decision to make and I need to kind of get this done. He's not in that boat. And hey, it might work out for him because he might. So the dead period started at midnight last night. Coaches cannot take face-to-face meetings with him until March. And he might, in March, be a super hot commodity, and schools that missed out on a guy he might have 20 new offers. And he's still got a couple of visits he can take. I mean, he's officially visited Ole Miss,
A&M,
and Tennessee. So I guess, unless I'm missing one, and I might be, I don't know. He's got one or two visits that left that he could take, and he can still take them.
Or he might just end up committing somewhere on Wednesday. Who knows?
He might.
I mean, I'm not ruling that out either. That he does just end this thing.
No, I mean, that he might be saying all this. I mean, I think there is something to be said from talking to people that maybe this is all a ruse because he just wants to surprise people. He clearly thinks this is I mean, and in fairness to him, we're sitting here talking about it on this Potato Log podcast this morning right off the top. There's a lot of people that think he wants to pull off what he thinks would be a big surprise. And I don't think it's worth just dismissing that Mike Farrell and a lot of other people nationally did future.
I'll get to that in a minute.
Future cast and stuff about him.
Our database, again, who knows? It shows an official visit to LSU back in October. Is that accurate?
That is right, because he took he has all the pictures of him in the LSU uniform. So he's got one left, if I'm right.
Okay. I was looking at future cast stuff. Look, nobody knows, so this is all over the place. Like, Georgia's still the permanent favorite, but that's because people haven't switched their cast from when they made it forever ago.
Georgia's done with him. I'm almost positive. I can find out here real quick.
About Georgia?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you feel like doing.
I'm just sending a message to somebody.
The last 3 future casts that have been done have all went toward Ole Miss for him. That being Adam Friedman, the Mid-Atlantic recruiting writer for Rivals, Mike Farrell, and Russell Johnson.
Well, 2 of those have significance to me. One has none.
Yeah, not a fan of Adam.
One is sad. No, I like Adam a lot.
Yeah, 5 o'clock yesterday is when I'm assuming on the heels of Farrell switching his at 152.
Yeah.
Is what happened there. Zach needs to update his. He still has Georgia as of January 24th.
Zach Berry?
Yeah, I need to get on Zach a little about that. It's amazing to me the number of people that put these things in for people not even covering them or anything.
I know.
Like,
what the hell?
Like, I'm reading through here, and there are tons of just Rivals employees that have nothing to do with this in any way, just putting people in the cast. It's like, at what point would I ever go to a commit or some dude that might be between Oregon and Washington and go, hey, let me throw a cast in? I don't know.
I mean, it makes me want to, like, troll and get on, like, the Oregon sites and figure out, like, who are the 10 kids that are going to Oregon and do feature cast.
So I almost want to hit 0%. I just want to get them all wrong.
Yeah, get them all wrong. Pick everyone to ULM. Everyone.
Jesus. I mean, whatever. But you guys ignored and allowed to be around yesterday. How was the scene at the hotel yesterday?
The stalking scene was okay.
Stalking circuit.
The stalking circuit.
I guess circuit would require you're in different places, though.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Series. Stalking series.
Stalking series. I'm getting a long answer. Yeah, Georgia is out on Zachary Evans. They took the Edwards kid, who his video is hilarious because of the high school announcer. There goes Dijon. There he goes. They're giving it to Dijon.
I hadn't seen those.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Is there anything better than the local high school radio announcer?
It's fantastic. Like, I was up the other night working on this, and I was watching the Edwards stuff just for fun. And that video, I watched it over and over and over just to listen to the guy. The kid's really good, by the way. He says, believe it or not, the person that's telling me this, he goes, as amazing as it is, as amazing as this may sound, I don't even think Kirby wants that headache.
look, there's info in that even Kirby goes, whoa.
Yeah, even Kirby's like, nah, it's just not worth it.
I'm back to where I was the other day, and I know it's being repetitive. We're going to move on in a minute, but it's where I still just, at that position, I don't understand. At that position.
Well, here's the thing. So this is interesting. I mean, look, I've never talked to Lane Kiffin, so I don't know what Lane's thinking is on this. I think, and it makes sense, that when you're in a transition class and you're trying to kind of announce your presence with authority, as Nuke LaLoosh would say,
sure,
I think it makes sense that you would want him to commit or whatever on Wednesday so that you get the splash. He's the highest ranked unsigned player in the country.
Right.
Rivals has him as the 13th best player in the country, and the other 12 are already signed. So you'd get the splash. I think they're probably going to flip one or two of the Florida kids. I think they're going to flip Donovan Kaufman, and I think they're going to lose Duran Branch. But anyway, they're going to be in the news. It's going to be mostly positive, and if you land Zach Evans, you get the bump, you get the splash. People are talking about you on National Signing Day, which is something he wants because I'm telling you, they are big game hunting for 2021. But if Wednesday comes and goes, on Thursday, no one's talking about recruiting anymore. The national media will move on. I mean, in totality. Agreed?
Yeah.
Thursday morning. Move on forever. So let's say, hypothetically.
I mean, the day he does it in March or June.
Yeah, let's say he does it on March the 19th.
Sure.
Gets mentioned, but it's not splashy. No one's going to go back and go, redo the rankings. Rivals is going to say, we're not redoing rankings right now. I mean, we're busy. And I don't blame them.
Well, I mean, you would get them redone for the enrolled rankings, but no, It's not changing.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, no one's going to. By that point, everyone's fully into 2021.
It would be a 4-hour news cycle. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah,
cool.
But it wouldn't even be national. It would only be around here. And I don't think he cares about local media coverage. Very clearly, he couldn't care less about local media coverage. He wants the national splash. And if you want to get the national splash, you've got to get this thing to happen on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's got to get mentioned during the college game day show or whatever it's called, the signing day show on ESPN. It's that whole deal.
Yeah. Now, in addition, you'd still take him because he's good.
Yeah, he's good.
But, if you want all of the bells and whistles that come with signing him, you've got to get it done on Wednesday. Frankly, you've got to get it done on Wednesday by 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Press conference is at 2.
Yeah, because ESPNU and SEC Network and Feinbaum and all that stuff, they're going to talk recruiting on Wednesday all day long, and then they're going to move on. That's just how it works.
He's ranked 16th on ESPN, too, if you're just curious.
Okay.
That's what they will use on Wednesday, so I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. He's a highly ranked player. And he would be a big splashy deal for Ole Miss on Wednesday, and it would, like I said, it would be Nuke LaLoosh saying, I want to announce my presence with authority. I'm throwing the fastball. You want to throw the fastball? Throw it. And he goes back to I love that. He goes back to the hitter, and he says, whatever his name is, it's a fastball. When you speak of me, speak well.
He hit it like he knew it was coming.
He goes out and Newt goes, he hit that like he knew it was coming. He did. I told him.
More updates?
No. People talking about 2022 offers today. I'm like, come on, people.
You not ready to go there yet?
I'm not going there. Not doing it.
You sure?
Positive. Those are kids younger than Caroline. Caroline's a junior.
They got a minute.
They got some time. How could you possibly really make a decision your sophomore year as a football player, not knowing what the landscape is going to look like in 2 years? I mean, it's
coaches and everything. Who knows?
Stupid.
Yeah. We'll move on in 1 second. First, talk about Community Mortgage, Oxford, Memphis, Soto County, and Chattanooga. Underwriting and processing is done in Memphis. So you're getting local underwriting. You understand your market. Leader in condo financing in Oxford. The float down option and rates are incredibly good right now. Great time to refinance or purchase. 662-234-2704 or JLOWE at communitymtg.com.
On this podcast, we're always telling you that a trip to Oxford just isn't complete until you stop to visit our friends at Blue Delta Jeans. But in 2020, the Blue Delta team has some great news for our listeners that don't make it to Oxford as often as they should. The new website's a one-stop shop for blue jeans. Pick your fabrics, pick your threads, make all of your customization choices, and order your new Blue Delta jeans online without having to come to the Oxford studio. Don't forget, it's going to be open for appointment only on Valentine's Day. So get in touch with the people at Blue Delta Jeans at bluedeltajeans.com. Get into their social media, slide into their DMs, make an appointment. They'll have champagne. They'll have strawberries. You make it a perfect part of your night out on the town on Valentine's Day at Blue Delta Jeans. We are, if you're in the Jackson area, a great place to go for Valentine's Day or any other day would be the Iron Horse Grill. Iron Horse Grill also specializes in on-site large event catering for up to 250 people and off-site full catering services, especially beverage catering. If you're planning a birthday party, a graduation celebration, a rehearsal dinner, or a wedding reception, you want to be able to enjoy the moment. The Iron Horse Grill is your answer. It's a one-stop shop for beverage services for up to a 250 to 500 person wedding or even a 3,500 person gala. It's one of the largest beverage caterers in Mississippi. It can service the entire state. So call Sarah Black at 601-398-0151 for your catering needs and knock that off your worry list and let Iron Horse Grill make your event one that is memorable forever. Get a jump on the spring sports season by registering for the 2020 Oxford Park Commission's youth baseball program. Leagues are open for ages 5 to 15. The cost to play is $50. All of the games are played on the turf at M Trade Park. Registration will conclude on Friday. This year's season opener will be April the 6th. For more information, visit the OPC online at oxfordparkcommission.com. Don't just accept what you see, but imagine seeing something new. Step forward and chase after a better version of yourself. Every day, Corinth Dental is helping people reinvent themselves one smile at a time. Dr. Bubba McQueen and Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative state-of-the-art procedures, including Invisalign. These clear aligners are the virtually invisible way to improve your smile. So call Corinth Dental today for a no-cost digital scan of your teeth and let them show you the way to a straighter, healthier smile. 12 months, no interest, no down payment, financing available. CorinthDental.com.
So, posted this on the message board on Twitter a minute ago. Baseball injury news coming out over the weekend. Ole Miss reliever Tyler Myers expected to have a pretty good role somewhere out of the bullpen this season. Potentially some closing options. I think he even maybe started a game or two last year. Actually, he didn't start. He was in long relief last year. He came in when blister issues. I'm losing my mind against. I think it was Florida, maybe. But anyway, my head is somewhere else. Neil's aware. I'm thinking about something else. But anyway, Tyler Myers over the weekend, inner squad left.
Shakira got to you yesterday. You just can't get that out of your head.
I didn't see a second of it. I did not see a second of the halftime show.
We can talk about it later.
We'll get there.
The old men that are complaining about that halftime show, they and I, we just do not see eye to eye.
Yeah, we're not coexisting.
I'm perfectly good with Shakira and J-Lo shaking,
doing whatever they
want to do.
So Tyler Myers left on Saturday with a forearm injury. If anybody has much knowledge of arms and injuries, you have no idea what that means yet. He will see a doctor today. It could be very simple. Could be a forearm flexor. It could also be considerable elbow damage. Again, no idea. I was talking to somebody who said they were not optimistic. However, that doesn't necessarily mean anything at all either. So we'll see. Going to have to wait that one out. But potentially a huge deal for Ole Miss. I think he was going to and still could have a considerable role for the Rebels. He pitched 38 innings last season, had some pretty good stints in long relief again. So Myers potentially out. We'll see. We'll factor it in. I'll have some more baseball updates as the day goes on. But anyway, that is that, and we will probably find out more tomorrow on that as best I can tell. But they definitely don't need injury bugs this early. It's not a good thing. So, you want to hit basketball?
We can hit whatever you want to hit, Chase. I'm here for your entertainment and to enhance your knowledge of whatever it is that you feel like you need to have your knowledge enhanced upon.
Well, what'd you think of the basketball game? More the same?
If you're Ole Miss,
different?
if you're Kermit, you have to be really disappointed that your team comes out, plays that lethargic out of the gate against LSU. Just can't score. Be down 20 at the half. Yeah, they came out with the 12-0 run to open the second half and pulled within 8. But come on, you can't go down 20. It's disappointing for them. They are now 1-7 in the league. They are very quickly playing their way into the Wednesday night of the SEC tournament. And it's as I said for a while, it's soul-searching time on that roster. Devontae Shuler had a really good game. Brian did not, but Brian's not going to have a great game every single night. Teams are going to try to take him away. Devontae had a great week. Really gets overshadowed because his team lost both games, but Devontae Shuler was terrific against Auburn, and frankly, he was even better against LSU. And that's about all you can say as it pertains to superlatives. Blake Hinson was awful, just awful. And they're just not getting enough. And kudos to LSU. They keep winning. Give them credit. And I watched more college basketball on Saturday than I intended to. I watched Ole Miss LSU. I ended up watching a lot of Arkansas, Alabama, where Eric Musselman's team, they got nothing out of Isaiah Joe, and yet they still found a way to go win in Tuscaloosa. Credit to them. I love watching Mason Jones play. And then Auburn and Kentucky was a great game. I love watching Auburn play. I said this on Greatest Pod in the South, which I still need to put up on the board. But that Auburn team's fun for me to watch. They do not quit. They are relentless. They have a high character level that it has to drive Kermit crazy because I don't think Auburn is tremendously more talented than Ole Miss. But, boy, by God, they get everything out of what they have. They squeeze the orange completely every night.
How good is LSU? I mean, they're winning or whatever, but, I mean, what type of national threat do you feel like they are?
I don't know. I mean, I think you have to give them credit for keep winning. They win. They play really hard. They crash the glass. They get a tremendous amount of second-chance opportunities because of how aggressive they are. They play with a remarkable confidence. They play with swagger, even when sometimes the talent doesn't seem to support that swagger. And the young guard, Watford, as he continues to develop, they'll have a chance. They're going to make the tournament, and they'll have an opportunity. It's really funny because Wade has a horrible reputation, and by God, he's earned it. But this is actually a pretty good coaching job.
Yeah, LSU now 17-4, 8-0 in the league. A 2-game lead in the overall standings is Auburn, Kentucky are 6-2. Auburn with a big win over the Wildcats Saturday at Auburn Arena, and then Mississippi State, Florida, South Carolina 5-3 in the league.
Frank, man.
5-3.
Frank Martin.
Team that's not very good.
No, they have a net of 75. I wrote this in 10 Weekend Thoughts that they're not making the tournament, but they're going to spoil somebody.
Kind of what he's done 2 years in a row now.
Yeah, I mean, the people that have that game circled as a W on Wednesday night here, I hope you got that thing in pencil.
Ole Miss today was still with a 13 seed. They're 1-7 in the league. Vanderbilt's 0-8. Missouri's 2-6. Georgia's 2-6.
Yeah,
those will be your 4 teams, barring some run by somebody.
Yeah, that'd be exciting.
Because A&M at least has gotten this thing to 4-4. They're 10-10 overall, 4-4 in the league.
Be an exciting night of basketball, won't it?
Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss would play Missouri.
Remember, because you want to make Gabe come.
Huh?
You want to make Gabe come.
Yeah, Gabe's sending
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
So I'll hang out with Mitchell, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cows are playing for spots, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you can't flip the whole damn roster, Chase.
What is the right number?
I don't know. That's the problem they've got, is that as of this moment, they lose one player off this team, Breon Tyree. His scholarship is already taken. Jarkel Joyner is getting his scholarship next season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a net neutral. They're bringing in Matthew Morrell. So somebody's getting processed. Devontae's got a decision to make. My guess is that Devontae will declare for the draft, see where he stands, and then he's got to make a European decision. And I don't know what that will be. If I were advising Devontae, I would advise him to come back. However, I don't know the family's financial situation and all of that. So we'll see what happens there. Let's just say Devontae stays. So for every person you want to bring in now, you've got to process another player. How many people can you process where it's healthy? Who are you getting? Most of the good high school players have already signed. How much transfer portal do you feel good about? And the JUCO things, it's just not worth doing. So how much processing do you do? 4? 5?
Yeah, because you run the risk of getting equal or lesser players and it not doing any good. And you're just spinning wheels and changing the numbers and the names.
Right. And if you do that, at some point, it's not a good look. So it's going to be a fascinating offseason. There will be people that say, "Why are you going to Nashville?" And it's a valid question. The reason I'm going to Nashville is that's going to be an opportunity that night to talk to people, not about the game that gets played that night, whether they win it or lose it, but hey, what is going on with this roster now? Because Kermit's not going to be super patient with a lot of these kids. But I don't know that you can just flip your roster upside down either. I mean, you do have to think about APR. You've got to find homes for kids because you want them to finish their academics this semester in a good way. Because if you crash your APR too much, now you're hurting your ability to get into the grad transfer market and stuff.
Who do you feel like is most in danger? I know it's not overly fair, but what do we? If fans are watching the game,
Franco Miller is not playing. That has to tell you something. Carlos Curry's not playing 2 years into the program. That has to tell you something. Sammy Hunter is young and raw, and I think he'll get another year. But God, he's got to improve, especially on the defensive side. They're frustrated with Hadim C, obviously, but running him off right now would probably not be smart. I think they've got to see if they can't get more defense out of Bryce Williams. Running him off, I'm not sure would make a lot of sense right now. I'm sure that there are times that he wants to strangle Blake Henson, but I can't imagine that you're going to find something better than Henson out in the market. So if Devontae stays, my guess is that they're processing 3 guys. Sean Robinson will be there again next year. Obviously, this was a redshirt season for him. So you're bringing in Morrell and 2 other guys would be my guess. And so of those 2 guys, you've got to go get, in my opinion, you've got to go get 2 grad transfers who can step in, be a big part of your of your rotation, and help you stabilize some.
It's a fight to get guys good enough to do that. I mean,
because
that's no guarantee.
The guys that are good enough to do that are going to have multiple options.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to go grab the Kenny Blackshear or the.
Very hard.
I mean, frankly, even the Hadim C. I mean, he was at Virginia Tech. He's been at D1
work their butts off to get Hadim C. Yeah, very hard.
Ole Miss. I guess now let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Losers of 8 of their last 9. The schedule the next couple of weeks: South Carolina at home Wednesday night, 6:00. For that one, they play Florida at home.
Oh, it's a 6:00 game.
Yeah, it's 6 against South Carolina.
Thank God.
Saturday, 1:00 against the Gators.
Okay.
Actually, they're home 3 in a row, and then they get Mississippi State at home on what appears to be Wednesday. I'm doing numbers in my head. Actually, it might be Tuesday. Now that I say that, I think it's Tuesday against Mississippi State, and then they're at Kentucky after that. So
yeah,
they're at Kentucky, at Mizzou, back to back.
Okay.
The weather's good. I'd be curious to see if people stay at home, want to watch anything in Kentucky versus come to Ole Miss Louisville on that Saturday at 1:00. Just kind of looking at schedule stuff. The opener, by the way, is at 3 or 4. I think it's 4 on Friday.
It usually is.
Yeah. Okay. What'd you do last night?
I watched the Super Bowl. And I worked on recruiting at the same time.
It was just you and Carson hanging out or what?
Me and Carson. Laura got back. Actually, Laura got back from Fayetteville right around kickoff.
Real quick before you do that, and I mean, everybody lives in this area when I asked the question. I was at a thing over here, a couple houses down. Who was shooting fireworks last night?
I don't know.
Why are you doing fireworks on Super Bowl Sunday
At halftime?
Yeah, whatever time
It was crazy.
Really annoying last night. It's very strange.
So you got invited to a party in my neighborhood, and I didn't?
I did.
There you go. That speaks volumes. Tells you a lot. People say, what do you do in Oxford? I'm like, nothing. You got friends in Oxford? Nope.
Would you have shown?
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't trust people I hang out with, so you might not like them. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I just don't know.
Okay. So anyway, go ahead. What'd you do?
I didn't do much. Grilled some burgers. I didn't even. Caroline got home from Birmingham about 8:00. She was starving, so I had food ready for her. Fed Carson. Laura came home not feeling good. She basically went to bed about halftime. Carson and I watched the second half of the game. I knew that the Evans quotes were coming out, and I was trying to hold that off until the game ended because I wanted to see who won.
Did you find yourself actually pulling for anyone, or how'd you kind of watch it?
Carson was cheering for the Chiefs pretty vociferously, so I was.
Because of Mahomes?
I think so. He really likes him. So I was hoping that he would be happy. So I guess I hoped that the Chiefs would win so that he would be pumped. That was about the extent of it. No, I watched the game pretty neutrally. Watched the halftime show and then laughed at Twitter at the reaction to the halftime show. If I enjoyed anything as much as I did the Super Bowl, it was the reaction to the halftime show. And then I stayed out of it because I don't want to get super political, but it was funny to me, some of the stuff on Twitter about middle-aged white men losing their mind. I'm like, hey, I'm a middle-aged white man, and you can show me that halftime show night in and night out, and I'm good. I'm not going to lie to you. Shakira, scantily clad, shaking it. I'm in.
Well, there's a couple things here. People just make fun of halftime shows every time, no matter what, because you've got the music people that want this non-mainstream act when that's never going to be the Super Bowl.
No, and if that's what you want to see,
go
to a concert.
They're going to hit the largest common denominator.
It's the Super Bowl. They're trying to get the most eyeballs possible. It's not artistic, for the love of God.
Pretty sure there was lip syncing going on.
Yeah, but look, the only act that would have been bigger in Miami is Prince, and he's dead. It was Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. It's all good. And they're immensely talented. I don't know about vocals and all that stuff. They're incredible dancers. J-Lo looks like that at 50.
And it's not exactly a good space for sound anyway. You're never going to get great sound in a football stadium in that environment.
In a football stadium, that the acoustics have to be basically set up in 15 minutes. It's an act. It's okay. But sure enough, there was a lot of angry people on Twitter.
Mad about what?
Well, just couldn't you get a better act than that? I mean, and then, the people who had spent all day at the church, I think, were offended that they, some of the gyrating and stuff.
There's some gyrating.
My 13-year-old son was in the room. I never at any point thought, Carson, this is inappropriate.
So J-Lo's 50.
J-Lo's 50.
What?
I got some clarification on Zachary Evans. I'll post it on the board. It's not about where he's going. He can't sign an NLI. He can sign SEC and institutional financial aid papers,
which locks the school to him.
Yeah. So he's liable to sign 5 of those Wednesday.
He can.
That would be par for the course with this young man.
You can do that.
Yeah. And some people would advise
I told you,
him.
I think that's what happened. Which, here's the deal, though. Here's where that gets tricky.
Okay.
And unless things have changed. This was back a few years ago. We mentioned this a few shows ago. With C.J. Hampton when this happened. It was the first year that you were allowed to do this. And if I remember this correctly, he signed with Ole Miss, Florida State, and Arkansas.
I think that's right.
And
maybe Alabama, too.
And maybe Alabama.
Yeah.
You can sign all those. It locks the school to you. You still make your decision. However, if a school publicizes it that you don't end up going to, it's a violation. So if a school talks about it or publicizes it or
right.
mentions,
that's right.
You're in trouble.
Right.
So that could be real tricky on Wednesday if he did do 2 or 3 of those and see who actually announces and doesn't announce and that kind of thing.
Someone's got to ask the question, right? I don't think anybody's going to put Lane on the spot, but I'm going to be asking people inside the program, did Zach Evans sign financial papers with you?
Yeah, of course.
And when they probably say, no habla inglés.
Who's Zach Evans? I don't know.
Yeah.
Financial paper.
Financial papers. When you say
no,
financial,
he cannot sign an NLI.
When you say, did he sign institutional papers? Are you saying he should be institutionalized?
Be nice.
I'm trying.
You're running out of patience.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You're running out of patience.
Yeah. But Shakira, man, I mean, how old is Shakira? Hey, Siri, how old is Shakira?
All right, while you're doing that, we'll come back to it in a second. Tyson Drugs, G&M Pharmacy.
43.
We'll talk about it in a minute.
Smoke show.
Tyson Drugs on the Square in Holly Springs, G&M right there on South Lamar in Oxford. They deliver local to your home or workplace. They offer MedSync to fill your prescriptions the same day, every single month to make it easy on you with fewer trips and make sure you have what you need when you need it. Also with Right Way Meds, they will individually package your medication with the date and time that it is needed. 662-236-2222.
We are also brought to you by Splinter Creek. It's a gated conservation community located 8 miles southwest of Oxford, 75 minutes from the Memphis airport. SplinterCreekMS.com is the website. You can call the number 601-898-2772. That's Tom Smith Land and Homes, and one of their agents would be more than happy to book a tour for you. It's 34 lakefront lots, ranging in size from 2 to 25 acres, 650 acres of lakes, pine and hardwood forest, 6 miles of private roads, well-maintained running, cycling, and hiking trails. It's absolutely gorgeous. And if you're thinking about moving to Oxford, retiring to Oxford, you owe it to yourself to check out Splinter Creek, to put that on the list of places that you want to look. SplinterCreekMS.com. Dead Soxy is the sponsor of our Soft Verbal podcast. We're going to try to tape one today, I think, at some point, maybe, I hope. They're brought to you. They want you to know they've created socks that make an impact, I should say. Dead Soxy has teamed up with Vogel Alcove to help young children in the Dallas area overcome the lasting and traumatic effects of homelessness. These incredible socks were created by the very kids this program is serving, with 3 one-of-a-kind designs. Each sock tells its own story. So visit deadsoxy.com, click on the yellow banner at the top of the page to visit the collab page. 50% of all proceeds have been pledged to help break the cycle of child homelessness. Extend the season of perpetual giving and support this incredible collaboration. While the promo code will not apply to the Vogel Alcove collaboration, in order to maximize the donation, remember to enjoy the 30% off all other Dead Soxy products with promo code Rebel Grove. So welcome to 2020, and as always, stay Soxy. Neil's picks over for the year. I put the final standings up. You should probably pay some sort of a punishment. I don't know what that is. We still have to determine that.
We'll figure it out.
Schedules are hard. They're brought to you by Southern Craft Stove and Tap. They've got all your pregame and pre-concert needs covered. So whether you're headed to Oxford for the Rebels SEC basketball or baseball slate, or to Tupelo for one of the many events at Bancorp South Arena, make sure you get your event started off right with a visit to Southern Craft. Conveniently located off Highway 7 and Sisk Avenue in Oxford and at 205 East Troy Street in Tupelo, Southern Craft has all your Southern favorites ready to serve your hunger needs. Drop in, enjoy a curated cocktail or one of their many craft beers on tap. And don't forget to ask about the catering. From private event to catering in for a staff at work, Southern Craft has your catering needs covered with the meal everyone is sure to love. So make your day crafty at Southern Craft Stove and Tap. And we're brought to you by Nest and Wild. Sleep better with the Nest and Wild mattress. Nest and Wild is a Mississippi-based mattress company making a high-quality mattress delivered right to your door. They make buying a new mattress easy. Every Nest and Wild mattress is 1 foot thick, giving you comfort and support that will last. A lot of online brands sell an 8-inch or a 10-inch mattress with less support and durability. But when you get a Nest and Wild mattress, you get a 100% American-made 1 foot thick mattress. It's a no-risk decision. Nest and Wild believes in their product so much they're offering a 99-night trial on every mattress. So try it out. Sleep on it for 99 nights, and if you don't like it, you can return it. Go to nestandwild.com, order your mattress, use the podcast code REBEL20, and get 20% off your mattress. It will arrive at your door in 3 to 5 days.
Podcast is brought to you by In-House Interiors and Designs. They handle every aspect of designing your home, from windows, doors, paint, wallpaper, lights, fixtures, lamps, floorings, rugs, furniture, and more. They travel everywhere, in-state and out-of-state, and they have 30 years combined experience to help you out. They also are offering discounts on dorm room appointments. So if you have a student heading over or a student already here, 20% off the first 10 dorm room appointments. They're with In-House Interior and Designs, Nikki and Ashley. They're also inside Sugar Magnolia in Oxford. They're on University Avenue, or they are on Main Street in Tupelo, and you can find them at 662-681-6241.
Before you get started again, it's Morgan Freeman night, by the way, at the Pavilion on Wednesday. Join the Ole Miss men's hoops teams as they take on South Carolina at 6. The first 1,000 fans will receive a commemorative Morgan Freeman bobblehead. I wouldn't mind a Morgan Freeman bobblehead. I like bobbleheads.
That's not bad. Yeah.
For tickets, visit OleMissTix.com. Join Coach Lane Kiffin and the Rebel football staff on Wednesday for a signing day reception in the Manning Center before the men's hoops games from 4 to 6:30. Tickets can be purchased for $25 by visiting OleMissTix.com. Don't miss out on Rebel women's tennis this weekend starting at 11 a.m. as they host North Alabama. Admission is free. For more information, visit OleMissSports.com. The Lane Kiffin era has arrived. Renew your football season tickets by March 31st to secure your seats in the vault this season. Tickets start at just $199 and can be purchased by visiting OleMissTix.com. And then join the men's hoops team back in the Pavilion on Saturday at 1 p.m. as they host the Florida Gators. The Ole Miss baseball team will be on hand before tip-off to sign autographs. Tickets remain and can be purchased by visiting OleMissTix.com.
Lane up and on the Twitter this morning. See that?
I did not.
Tweeted a image that says, "Do sharks complain about Monday? No, they're up early, biting stuff, chasing shit, being scary, reminding everyone they're an effing shark." So, Lane Kiffin this morning.
It's fair.
He and Michael Leach, if nothing else, are making Twitter more interesting.
They're both really good at Twitter.
You don't cringe as much as you used to with Twitters and coaches and whatnot.
You don't have to be blood to be family.
Oh, you're going there with it.
Or Bible verses. No, they both
just have some fun.
Have some fun. I do look forward to, as that game looms nearer and nearer.
Does it change a little bit?
It won't change with those two, but I do look forward to watching some of the media in our state on both sides getting a little antsy at the Love Fest.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, yes.
When they said they already got a deal to fly together after the game, got stuff going on.
That's going to make some people angry.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, I absolutely believe it.
You don't think everybody wants them kindler, more gentle?
No, I think there will be questions that you do understand the importance of this game to Mississippi people, right? I mean, we could almost predict the question.
Where's Patrick Mahomes in the hierarchy now?
He's the face of the NFL.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Immediately?
Yeah. Yeah, he's the face of the NFL.
It's still Brady, isn't it?
No. It's Mahomes.
Because of 1 year?
Yeah, he's the face of the NFL. Young people drawn to him. And now he's a Super Bowl MVP. Had 3 bad quarters and 1 great quarter, and he's a Super Bowl MVP. And he's young, and he's dynamic.
Have I missed this? Because I don't know. I'm asking. I don't have an answer either way. And maybe it's just coming now. Is there something about him that's not making him as marketable as we would think he would be? Because I don't see him everywhere the way I do other guys at times.
It's just kind of getting started. Could be that he's been in Kansas City, but now he's won a Super Bowl. Game-changing.
No, I know he was the MVP last year. I'm just saying.
Look at Eli when he won a Super Bowl. Went from being Peyton's little brother to now he's on Saturday Night Live, and he's in the Campbell Soup commercial, and you know what I mean? I mean, he's all over everything. By the way, Eli's speech at the Bart Starr Man of the Year or whatever it is was really poignant.
I hadn't seen this.
It was really good. Just a solid speech talking about the responsibility that they have as NFL players to use their platform in a positive way while they have it.
What kind of demons will the 49ers have after this one?
A lot.
Fully in control with the ball late third quarter.
Yeah. Could have put the game away. For whatever reason, they got away from doing what they were doing well, which was running the ball.
Shanahan.
Yeah.
It's gonna accumulate on him a little bit there.
Kyle Shanahan now has 2 Super Bowl fourth quarters that haunt him.
And the only way to get over that is to win one.
6 great quarters of Super Bowl, 2 bad quarters of Super Bowl, and he's 0-2. Yeah. Now, they're really, really good, and they've got a real shot to get back. But as you know,
in a sudden NFL or NFC that's transitioning, frankly.
Yeah.
They can become the face of the NFC a little bit here, I think.
Oh, I think if you're predicting next year's Super Bowl, the odds-on favorite is Niners-Chiefs again. Neither team loses much. There's a lot to build on.
I want to see what the Ravens do in the offseason.
Yeah.
I want to see how teams handle Lamar in the offseason in the next year.
Well, and if you're the Ravens, you got to go, okay, we know what we can do in the regular season. Do you overreact to playoff losses? Or do you underreact?
Well, I mean,
they happened.
The 2 teams that are dealing with that, the Ravens and the Saints.
Yeah.
The Saints have won the most regular season games in the NFL over the last 3 years.
And they keep losing playoff games.
If Ole Miss takes 2 from Louisville the first week, I will say they had a really good weekend. So, I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Let's give it a minute. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, between my voice and my mind right now, I'm losing it a little bit, I'll be honest.
I'm sharp as a tack, man.
You are kind of on it today.
I'm on it.
I don't know what happened. I told you I'm not sick. I just have no voice. I haven't been screaming. It's not like Matt Luke after a practice. Like I have nothing. I didn't even talk that much yesterday. I played golf yesterday. I mean,
Did you?
I'm just.
Did you hit him well?
Still early. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It was gorgeous outside.
It was a beautiful
Great
day.
yesterday.
Yeah. It was a great day to sit in here and write, and then I taped a podcast. And I did get out and run. I went running at about
What pod was yesterday?
4:15. Greatest pod in the South.
What'd y'all talk about?
I don't remember.
Oh, you do too. What'd you talk about?
I really don't. I don't particularly remember. Kobe some. I don't remember. Isn't that terrible? We talked about Auburn basketball some, SEC basketball some. Talked about Jay when he goes to the gym, he judges people by the shoes that they wear.
Whoa, huh?
Jay said when he goes to the
Explain.
gym, he judges people by the shoes that they wear.
In what way?
If they
Like
wear
clean,
really
dirty, or like nice?
like nice, are you wearing like serious workout shoes or not? And I told him that I don't judge anybody's shoes, that I'm actually one of the people at the gym that couldn't tell you who else is at the gym.
What falls into the not serious shoe?
Well, he said like if you're wearing a Brooks or an Asic or a Saucony or something like that, you're serious.
You're in.
But if you're wearing like all white Keds or something, that you're not there for the right reason or something.
Really?
I don't know. Jay made the comment that he is watching other people, and
He does a lot of people watching.
Yeah, and
Jay's a big people watcher.
I genuinely can tell you that I can.
Jay's the kind of person that makes people uncomfortable at the gym because they think they're being watched.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have gym phobia.
Yeah, I know
They
do.
don't want to work out in front of people. They don't want to
Yeah.
be seen.
They're
They think everybody's there for them.
All the mirrors, everybody's watching
Which
them.
is completely crap,
which is
except
insane.
for Jay, apparently.
Because I put in my earbuds and, man, I'm locked in. I'm doing my thing. A bomb could go off during my workout, and I'm not sure I'd notice it. I'm being hyperbolic, but you know what I mean. I'm not noticing girls and stuff, but I'm the exact opposite of that. I'm the guy that is so worried that someone's going to think that I'm creeping that I make sure there's no creep. Which might be why I hate the stalking, the IPF, not the hotel thing, recruiting thing. There's no hiding it there. You're you're there being a creep.
You also don't like inconveniencing people.
I don't at all.
You're very anti-inconveniencing people.
Yes. Like I'll have people say, "Why didn't you call me? I could have helped you." Well, because that would have made you have to go out of your way, and I don't want to do that.
How bad does it have to be for you to ask for something to take him back or complain to a waiter or anything along those lines?
Awful.
Really bad.
Yeah.
You'll just eat it or drink it or whatever.
Yeah. It would have to be just inedible. And even then, I just might not eat.
A couple weeks ago, I don't think I was rude. I think I was being helpful. I've told a couple people this, and they were kind of debating on whether I was pushing the line or not. I was at a restaurant in town. I'm not going to name it because I like the people. Food was good. Ordered a Sazerac, and I asked ahead of time, can you make it? Because a lot of people can't. They don't have absinthe. Cool, fine, whatever. I'm just asking. It's my favorite cocktail. And they said, yeah, no problem, cool. But it took like 15 minutes. Like,
and you immediately know.
I'm like, they're looking it up.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing. They're looking it up. Well, a Sazerac is made, served up, chilled glass. Or at least served up. I'll go either way on the glass, please, sometimes. It comes back, and it's in a very large cocktail glass, and I bet there are 10 ice cubes in it.
I send it that.
And I took a drink, and I'm like, okay, I think they got the ingredients right. It's just not served correctly. And with the Sazerac, the ice is really going to dilute it quickly. It's going to change the flavor immensely.
Right.
I mean, it really is. I'm not even being a snob on
No.
this one. And I told the waiter, I said, look, I'm not mad.
It'd be like
whatever.
ordering a daiquiri, and they serve the daiquiri over ice. It's going to change.
Yeah, and I said, look, I'm not mad. I'm cool. It's certainly not your fault. I was like, you do need to tell the bartender that if somebody orders one of these, they're served up. They're not served on the rocks at all. It creates some issues. And he was very, very uncomfortable. He was trying to fix it. I was like, no, we're good, whatever. I felt like I had the appropriate response because I felt like letting that go is just a further problem down the road for them should they say they're doing it. And the frustrating thing is they apparently look like they had the ingredients to make it, just didn't prepare it correctly. But I would think that would fall on one of the ones you kind of had to make to bartend for me or for people. Like, I would think there'd be like 10 cocktails that, hey, if we can make them, we got to really get these right.
At a place where you're known for your drinks.
Or at least, it's a nice restaurant in town.
Yeah.
It's a nice restaurant.
There's 10 to 15 drinks that you have to know how to do. Or you say, we don't make that one.
Yeah, somebody orders an old-fashioned, know how to do it. A Manhattan, know how to do it. A daiquiri, know how to do it. A Sazerac, know how to do it. A martini, know how to do it.
There's nothing more disappointing than to walk into a restaurant that you're excited about and you order, say, an old-fashioned, and it comes back with soda and muddled cherries and stuff, and you're like, never.
Alcoholic Sunkist.
They're like, you know what I want now? Just put bourbon in a glass and put a cube of ice in it.
And there's a few restaurants in town where I know that going in, and I just ordered on the rocks or neat and call it a day. I know not to do the cocktail thing, and it is what it is.
Yep.
It's fine. But yeah, I feel like there are 10 to 12. I feel like there's certain drinks. Like, I'll even give them a pass. Like, there's a lot of places in town like, hey, I want a Boulevardier. Okay, it's not necessarily a classic cocktail. If you can do it, great, but nobody's going to kill you over
It's really simple to do, by the way.
Well, no, yeah, I understand that. I mean, that's my point. I'm just saying that's not necessarily on that list, though.
Yeah, right. Probably should be because it's fantastic.
I mean, it's like the one place in town that still to this day drives me insane that I've almost stopped going there at all is I'll be like, hey, that's not what that drink is. What's how we do it? Well,
but it's not.
You're an idiot.
But it's not with the drink. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
And I don't go there anymore.
Yeah, it's like, well,
for that reason.
Well, it's our in-house special. It was like, well,
but it's wrong.
Then it sucks.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks.
That particular place only does one or two things well.
It's not even a bourbon snob. It would be a cocktail snob. I'm not even talking about bourbon right now. I'm really not a bourbon snob, honestly.
I'm not either at all.
Drink what you like. Drink it however you like. I don't care.
Absolutely.
I think you would be dumb sometimes because you could do it much cheaper than you're doing. Like if you're having something with Coke, there's no reason to spend $300 on a bottle. But
you could spend $10 on a bottle and get the exact same taste.
Like I said, it's more profile that way than it is even expense or complexity because you're not getting the complexity. You're getting how much spice do I want in this?
Right.
How much proof do I want in this?
Yes. Anyway, the truth is, if you're going to have bourbon and Coke, just get a Jack Daniels. It's good. It's fine if that's what you want. There's no point in going out and spending $100 on a bottle of bourbon so that you can mix it with Coca-Cola. And there's nothing in the world wrong with going, hey, I want a Jack and Coke. Cool. I'm never going to go, really? No, come on. Do it. Drink whatever the hell you like.
Chet Rose says, I really made a bartender in Knoxville mad by asking, how do you make your old fashioned? That's a very common question now. What do you do? I need to know before I order it. Just, nope, whatever, but let me know.
Yeah, because if you're going to do a bunch of stuff, I don't want it. And if you're going to do it the right way and it's going to be really good, I'm all in, because that's a classic cocktail that I will enjoy. If you do it right, I will enjoy it 100% of the time. I'm happy. Not too sweet.
I think I'm at the point where the club soda triggers me more than the muddling.
It's equal with me.
The club soda just,
when they pull out the gun, I'm like, no.
Stop.
Never mind. I'll have a maker's mark on the rocks. Just to hell with it. And then I'm the bad guy.
Oh yeah, you're the jerk.
You're the jerk when I'm like that, but I don't want that drink. If you're going to put carbonation in it, quite frankly, go ahead and give me the Jack and Coke. Because while it's not my favorite drink, I'm never going to drink it and go, that sucks. It's fine. Whatever. It's not what I want, but it's fine.
We'll take our final break. Tell you, the podcast is brought to you in part by Master Cuts Lawn and Landscape. Room lawn care throughout northern Mississippi, but also custom playgrounds, retaining walls, pool decks, outdoor living spaces with paper patios, forestry mulching, and more. Online at gomastercuts.com for a free quote, or you get that same free quote at 662-607-7773.
Podcast also brought to you by Pinnacle Trust. Pinnacle Trust based in Madison, Mississippi, but they've got clients in more than 20 states, advisors in multiple states as well. Founded in 1997, Pinnacle Trust provides detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and so much more. Pinnacle Trust, investing is treated like a commodity. Decisions are made using objective information and research, not emotions. So regardless of your level of wealth, Pinnacle Trust will sit down with you, listen to your goals, study your expenses, and put forth a comprehensive and detailed financial and retirement plan built just for you. Pintrust.com, P-I-N-N Trust.com. Mention you heard about Pinnacle Trust on the podcast. You get 10% off your first year's fee. I have solicited questions on rebelgrove.com for the mailbag. It is brought to you every Wednesday by the Westin Jackson. It's home to Soul Spa, the ultimate luxury spa experience in downtown Jackson. Also home to Estelle Wine Bar and Bistro. So gather at Estelle tonight. It's right there in the Marriott property that is the Westin Jackson. The podcast also brought to you by John Edwards of Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. You guys kind of know how this works by now. A lot of you have taken advantage of it. I appreciate it. John appreciates it. And you'll appreciate it if you'll give him a call, give him some parameters, give him a budget, and let him give you travel options that you cannot find on your own. It's 901-494-3387, or send him an email, jedwards@regencytravel.net. First-time clients will save $50 off their first booked trip just by telling John you heard about Regency Travel on the podcast. We're also brought to you by Grenada Nissan. If you're in the market for a Nissan vehicle, look no further than Grenada Nissan. They've got a complete selection of new and previously owned Nissan vehicles. It's GrenadaNissanUSA.com. And we're brought to you by Oxford University Bank, OUB, locally owned and operated right here in Oxford. When you deposit money at OUB, that money and the vast majority of the bank's profits go right back into the Oxford community. OUB is home to Kasasa. It's the absolute best cash checking account. And with Kasasa, OUB will pay customers 2.5% interest on their balances up to $50,000 and refund ATM fees nationwide. To learn more about OUB, check out liveoxfordbankoxford.com or call 662-234-6668. OUB is FDIC insured. And we're brought to you by Bluff City Advisory Group. They're dedicated to building the future you desire. Founded in Memphis in 2019, their team is comprised of established and seasoned financial experts who come together to serve individuals and families of their beloved hometown. They value providing quality advice, experience, and access to all their clients, and they invite an open dialogue beyond your annual review. They believe that everyone deserves financial security, no matter your level of wealth or financial goal. They will serve as an advocate and guide to grow a portfolio that is fruitful and sustainable for you. To reach them, it's 901-365-3447 or email ben@bluffcityadvisory.com. Last but not least, brought to you by Whitney McNutt of Tommy Morgan Incorporated Realtors, serving you for all your real estate needs in Oxford and Tupelo. She sells condos, land, commercial, and residential family homes. 662-567-2573 or call her at Tommy Morgan Incorporated Realtors, 662-842-3844.
So, let's see. Looking here. Sorry, again. It was pretty cool to see Andy Reid win last night.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, it's been around the block quite a few times.
It was the
Have you talked to Gabe?
I have not talked to Gabe. Texted with him some. Luke Altmaier, the quarterback from Starkville, committed to Florida State.
Oh, really?
Oof.
It's a blow for Mr. Leach.
It's a blow for Mr. Leach. That's going to get the locals rankled.
The natives will be restless on that one.
Yeah.
You hadn't talked to Gabe?
No. Texted. He was
Occupied last night?
Occupied and happy. Very happy.
He went to a bar to watch the game. I couldn't do it.
Went to a bar all day long.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
No.
I would need isolation. No, thank you.
I was a little surprised because Gabe's not exactly a people person.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody yesterday who knew a Chiefs fan who said they were having a party at their house or a get-together, but they invited like 4 people. Like it was a very isolated group of people they knew wouldn't bother them and it would all be in peace or whatever. It was like, so it wasn't really a party. It was an environment they were trying to create for their night. Terrence Davis, big game of the weekend, 31, I believe, for him, career high.
Yeah, a big weekend for him. He got snubbed for the Rising Stars game.
Yeah.
And then Norman Powell went down with the hand injury. The Raptors starting shooting guards. TD's got a big role now, and last night against the Bulls, he showed that he can handle it.
I think fractured finger was what it was.
I think that's right. Out probably 4 to 6 weeks. Tough blow for him, but an opportunity for Terrence. Terrence, a little pissed.
He was,
a little
he?
Pissed. Kendrick Perkins, the former Celtic Thunder Cavalier, was pissed for Terrence.
Saw that.
And the Raptors tweeted that they were kind of pissed too. A lot of pissed. He's not the first Raptor to get screwed in this thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not. It's 2 things. It's for the people. It's Ole Miss. It's not Ole Miss. Stop. It's not Ole Miss. It's Canada. He's in Canada, an American on a Canadian team, and he's 23. Games full of 19 and 20-year-olds. He got kind of discriminated against because of his age. Frankly, he probably could use the break because he's going to have a big role in the second half, and he's playing on a team that's a borderline contender.
Yeah, Powell out with a fractured finger. I don't know a timeline on that, but TD for the time being is.
I think I read 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. I'm pulling up the Raptors record because I'm curious because I think Terrence is going to be playing playoff basketball in April.
Well, that's for sure.
They're
36 and 14.
Right now, they're the 2 seed in the East. They would play Brooklyn in a first-round series today, and then if they won that, and they probably would, they would probably play Boston or Philly or Miami in a second-round series. Going to play some serious big-time basketball.
Nurse has done a heck of a job there.
Nick Nurse is fantastic. I'm a monster fan. Love him.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, he's done a really good job. This year's Billy Donovan.
Yeah, he has.
Oklahoma City Thunder 30 and 20 with that group.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a coaching job.
No short last segment. We're going to cut it there, though. My voice is giving out on me, and I got to get a couple things done. I probably would stay locked in rebelgrove.com here in the next couple hours, and we'll have more on recruiting when we get it as well, leading up to National Signing Day on Wednesday. So appreciate everybody hanging out. We'll give you a full show tomorrow, and we'll talk to you then.